on the run versus being able to sit back there and just make plays in the pocket. That'll kill you. So, I mean, I think if your D tackles, if you're just talking about fronts, if your D tackles can get pressure on Mahomes up the middle, then your edge guys can actually rush and contain and you kind of really, I mean, it's so cliche, but you have to just collapse that pocket, whether it's A-gap blitz, whatever it is. But he's special. I mean, I think you look at the difference between go back to Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes, right? Both of them are crazy good in the pocket, crazy good out of the pocket. But Mahomes has Travis Kelce. Mahomes has,
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid, right? Yeah, you got layers of people around him making him better. And hopefully they keep it that way, right? Hopefully as he gets older, that doesn't progress where they keep putting more and more on him.
Yeah.
But I like the way he goes. I think mentally and competitively, he handles things right. You don't see a moment too big for him. You know what I mean? And they win the game. What I like most about Kansas City is they win the games they're supposed to win.
Right.
And I think that's indicative of a really good team is, you're going to have some close battles. It's the NFL, but you should absolutely beat the teams handily that you're supposed to beat, like they did went out to Oakland and whooped on them and took the number 1 seed.
All right, finally, Jared Allen. So the Giants, hey, they rested their quarterback. They rested defensive linemen for the playoffs. The Chargers said, nah, we're going to play him. And Mike Williams is hurt. And Bosa's dinged up. Murray, the linebacker. In your time in the NFL, Belichick always played guys. Other coaches rest guys. Where do you stand on play a guy, rest a guy, going into the playoffs when you're already in?
I'm a play him type of guy, at least for a quarter, at least for something. I mean, I understand you don't want guys to get hurt, but football, there's such a rhythm. I mean, I guess based on your player, right? If one of your starters is like, I need to rest, I need to sit, let him do it if that guy. But for me, there's a rhythm to the game. There's a rhythm to the week. And sometimes, when you come back of a bye week or you come, from not playing or not having that game experience, even though it's a week, 10 days, whatever it is, in my opinion, it can cause some issues. So it'll be curious to see, what the Giants look like going into Minnesota, because you're going into a hostile environment. He's not a young quarterback, but he's really his first year having much success. I don't know. I probably would have played him a few snaps, just kept that rhythm going and kept the mojo of a good season going.
By the way, are you in Idaho right now? Or are you in Minnesota? Where are you?
I'm in Tennessee. We live in Nashville. I'm about an hour north of there, up at my farmhouse. Was actually roping on. I had my dad pulling the roping dummy. I was doing a little roping when I realized, oh crap, I got an interview in 15 minutes. I'm still on the horse. My dad grabbed both the horses. I had them tied up to the fence. We were getting after it.
Jared, congratulations on an amazing career. Finalist for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I hope you get in. You should get in. Any defensive player who you have to scheme against and change your game plan's a Hall of Famer. That's Jared Allen. What a pleasure. Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, Jared Allen. 12 years in the NFL, a total handful. And he delivered in the playoffs all the time. All right, J-Mac with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Good stuff from Jared Allen. Big fan of his work.
Oh, God, he was great.
Really.
And by the way, if I have to go to a game and I have to identify Ed Reed, we can't go, or Sauce Gardner, we can't throw to that side. Jared Allen we have to chip block him. If you have to design game plans around a defensive player for 10 years, that's a Hall of Famer.
Let's start with a team who has one of those guys, T.J. Watt and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, they didn't make the playoffs, but Tomlin did finish 9-8, extending his unbelievable streak of winning seasons to 16. They said it couldn't be done, Colin.
He and Pete Carroll, Kenny Pickett and Geno Smith. How about that? That's
an
coaching.
Unbelievable coaching job.
Yes.
Now, people forget they were in the playoffs last year. They got destroyed, but Tomlin was not supposed to make it this year. They finished 9-8. Look at this streak, Colin. This is incredible stuff from Tomlin. And again, if you're looking for a buy low stock in the NFL, Kenny Pickett is on a rookie deal. They have money to spend on that offensive line.
You're right.
I feel like the tight end's in place. The receivers are in place. You like the running back?
I thought Pickett over the last 5 or 6 weeks, he was doing back shoulder throws. It's like, all right, we got something here.
I think the biggest question is the offensive coordinator. Left a lot to be desired. A lot of first down runs into the line of scrimmage. You remember how we talk about Miami has dudes wide open all the time? I just didn't see that with the Steelers. Everything is a contested catch.
No, it's fair.
You got to work really hard on offense. So, Tomlin, work on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Next up, Baker Mayfield. Your guy, Colin. Rough start to the season in Carolina, but we could say he finished strong, right?
Yeah.
Came to the Rams. Couple nice victories, decent performances. Baker Mayfield thinks he can still be a starter in the NFL.
I know I'm good enough to be a starting quarterback. I have no doubt about that. It's, today I'm not real happy with how I played. I'm going to kick myself over and over for not putting that ball on the sideline for Van on that last play. But no, I know I'm a starting quarterback. I'm confident in that, and we'll just see what happens.
Well, I mean, let's be honest about it. If McVay is retiring, if I was Baker, I'd probably leave, right? I'd rather go. I'll take the bag if I don't get McVay. But here's the other thing to think about. If McVay retires, what's Stafford do?
Yeah, maybe you stay if you're Baker.
Well, yeah,
right?
but didn't Stafford go to L.A. for McVay? So if McVay bolts, I'm Stafford. I'm like, I'm not here for...
Trade me. You guys need picks. You're rebuilding, right?
I don't know. It just seems to me the McVay thing starts a lot of dominoes. If I'm Baker, I stay with McVay. If Sean leaves, then I'll go to Houston or wherever. I'll make my money.
Chase the bag, right?
If I'm Matt Stafford, I came here for McVay. I've got my ring. I'll just throw this out there. Am I crazy to suggest this? We're talking about all these player moves. The Rams need draft capital. What if the Rams, to get draft capital, reboot and move Jalen Ramsey or Stafford?
Or both.
I mean, no, seriously.
Yeah.
If McVay leaves, Stafford probably goes to Les Snead and says, guys, I got banged up this year. I'm not sticking around here in a rebuild. I got no interest.
Siêu đã sinh viên mùa World Cup với sim kèm với học.
Retirement got paid. I mean, maybe you just start over. Now, I will say this. People are going to start bagging on McVay. Oh, he got the Super Bowl. He got all his guys. Then he's going to leave. Hello. You know who did that in the NBA with a lot of success? This guy named LeBron James. Hey, come to Miami. He sees it falling apart. I'm out. The smart guys know when to get out, right?
Yeah.
I got no problem with McVay leaving the Rams. A lot of people upset with it.
I don't.
He's tired. He's exhausted. It ran its course. Let's get to the final story here. New York Football Jets. Haven't talked a lot about them. End of the season with a 6-game losing streak. They were at 1.7-4 though. Looked playoff bound, but the playoff drought continues after the loss to Miami yesterday. Ugly game. I know you did not watch it. Robert Saleh apologized.
I watched some of it
for the team's collapse.
I say sorry to everybody. Woody, Christopher, Ira, Jaime, all the players, all the coaches, all the fans. Because I know it's been a long, long ride, but of not being in the playoffs, and I know it was right in our fingertips, and we're not going. But at the same time, I know we've come a long way over 2 years, and I'm excited about what we've got ahead of us.
When you end the season, their final 33 drives, Colin, 0 touchdowns. They didn't score a touchdown in their final 3 games.
That's not.
I mean, look at these numbers. Final 3 games. Now, they did have 3 different starting quarterbacks, and they played Strevler against the Jags.
Okay, I was thinking, nothing against Skylar Thompson. Dreadful. The gap in this league, there's 3 levels of quarterback. There's the Mahomes class. There's about 6 guys, 7 guys. Then there's the more than competent guys, Kirk Cousins, Dak. And then there's, you're in big trouble. The quality of athletes is so good in this league that the gap between the greatest quarterbacks and the bad quarterbacks, it is so large now. Because even if you were great in Joe Montana's days, you could be ragdolled. There were limitations. The numbers the great quarterbacks put up now, the gap